Welcome back to the Artie Lange Show. Let me say this. Thanks to French Quarters Guest Apartments for being our New York City hotel. Let them be your headquarters in New York City. Go to FrenchQuartersNY.com to book your next stay. FrenchQuartersNY.com to book your next stay. Steve Rannazzisi is here. He'll be at Levity Live, next weekend?
This weekend. Tomorrow and Saturday.
Coming
and
up.
Sunday, yeah.
Well, my plug doesn't interfere with yours, so I'll be at the Royal Oak Theater in Detroit this Saturday.
Oh, sweet.
I think it might be sold out, but just in case, check it out.
Royal Oak, that's like 8 Mile.
I know. I've never played it before. I played the Fox Theater in Detroit once.
One of my best friends in the world.
Royal Oak is not like 8 Mile.
Yeah, Royal Oak is on 8. Yes, it is.
No. We get a lot of bad information from John.
That's not bad information.
I have friends that live in Royal Oak, Michigan.
Isn't there a big golf course in
Royal
Royal
Oak,
Oak, Michigan?
This is the Royal Oak Theater, not Royal Oak, Michigan.
Yeah,
it's
Royal
a suburb
Oak,
of Detroit.
Royal Oak.
I know it's a suburb of Detroit.
Royal Oak High School is right along that stuff. Right,
so
right near 8 Mile.
Should I bring heat? What do you say?
Maybe, yeah.
I'm not bringing it.
I really don't.
I'm bringing heat this weekend.
I really don't know.
Live.
One of my good friends
to the mall.
Levity Live is fine.
Grew up on 8 Mile and moved around a little bit, and then eventually went to Royal Oak High School.
The way that our LA producer is describing it, who grew up around Detroit, is the way he's describing. I would think that would be like if you had to pack heat to go to the East Village.
Really? Oh, okay. Then I'm not scared. But listen, I'm ready to rhyme. I'm ready to freestyle a little bit.
Yes.
I'll get in a battle.
That's good.
Some sort of battle.
Have that in your back pocket.
I'll go through my gun collections for you.
But Shetty, have you been to Detroit to do? Did you ever come with me to Detroit to do stand-up?
No.
Well, let's keep it that way.
I did a casino outside with dice. Outside of Detroit. We was like an hour and a half outside.
That's
and then
what Detroit needs.
It was not Turning Stone. Soaring Eagle Casino.
Turning Stone, I've done. That's in upstate New York.
That's like by Syracuse.
Yeah, I've done that.
I went to school up there, and then, and then the only gym within a 10-mile radius of this casino was a Curves, and Dice insisted upon going to the gym.
Let's go to Curves.
We're going to Curves. So we went to Curves and we worked out. They let us work out.
Isn't that great? I've opened for Dice several times too. It's an experience.
It was one of the worst experiences I've ever had. They booed me.
Oh well, yeah.
I mean, it was like. I'm like, guys, they don't let me keep the room unless I stay out here for 15 minutes. I got to stay out here. I'm like, I mean, just one.
Shut up!
Yeah, 3,000 people losing control at once.
I was lucky enough to be on Stern when I did it, so I had my Stern supporters. But yeah, that could be. But Dice is one of those old school guys who throws you, like, when you're his opening act. Want to get a steak after the show? Let's get a steak.
Yeah.
That type of thing.
Or go work out at Curves.
Did you go work out at Curves? Did you take them up on it?
We went to Curves. We worked out. They let us.
What do you do? What was your workout?
I didn't think that was legal. Like, it's
they were very upset.
What do you mean?
For women by women.
It's only women.
Right?
It's a women's gym. It's only for women.
It's not legal for a guy.
I mean, it's not legal, but I guess it's against company policy. But they made an exception. I mean, I guess if Andrew, I don't know how that works, but they were impressed that Andrew Dice Clay came in.
It's Dice.
So they let him work out in one set. And they're like, just don't bother anyone, and he didn't.
I'm working out.
Don't they just have like only Pilates machines in there?
They have like
what are you
Nautilus
saying?
machines. And we did a jazzercise class. We got out the door. What do you want to tell you?
Jazzercise.
We're staying for hot yoga.
Yeah. I gotta get my Ikram. My Vikram on my Ikram. Oh.
We're spinning tonight.
Wow.
Give me.
Who wants to zoom?
Zoom. Hey, Fruit Cup, I'm not keeping time. I'm not keeping time with your Vikram. Hot yoga. What is that? It's like...
That's like they turn the room up to like 110 degrees.
Oh, and you stink.
Hot box you.
Everybody stinks.
And it sounds like this. Just the whole room sounds like that. It's the worst.
It sounds like Vikram.
I do with my wife once a month.
That sounds sexy.
Yeah, she goes all the time. I go once a month with her.
Now, how many kids do you have?
2.
2 kids.
Two boys.
On the
I got to have a vasectomy.
2 sons, and you got it taken care of.
Taken care of.
Really?
Willy Wonka shut down the chocolate factory.
So you don't want to have any black kids?
No more golden tickets.
Worry.
No.
Well, listen, I guess you want to...
We did this last time.
Make her get it.
Well, she had 2 kids, I guess. So, and it wasn't that bad. I mean,
I hear it's not that bad.
it's not.
I don't know. I
You
would
were
always
still-
feel like
I
I could never have a
do it.
tongue.
Did you hear from the same guy as Royal Oak, Michigan?
Yeah, the same guys. Royal.
I've
Oak.
lost control.
No.
I've lost control. Back after this. Welcome back to the Artie Lange Show. Steve Rannazzisi's here from the League on FX. He's at Levity Live doing his brand of stand-up comedy this weekend. And where are you after that, do you know?
Raleigh, North Carolina. Charlie Goodnights.
Okay, Giants. Another one.
Charlie
I haven't been there in
Goodnights.
a while, but that's club been around forever,
Club's
too.
been there forever.
Charlie Goodnights. Ben in Colorado. Let's get some phone calls into the action. Ben, you're on the air.
Ben or Aaron?
What's Ben? Oh, Aaron.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, Aaron. I thought it said Ben. Aaron, you're on the air.
Hey, Art, how you doing?
What's up, man?
Nah, nothing much. Before I get to what I wanted to talk to you about, can I tell you the favorite thing I ever heard about Sam Kinison?
Go right ahead. Anniversary of his death. Did you know that thing?
22 years, right?
Yeah, 22 years. Go ahead.
The best thing I ever heard anybody say about Sam Kinison was actually from Norm.
Right?
And he said that he saw Sam years ago in Canada before he was famous.
Yeah.
And that the crowd hated him.
Yeah.
And Norm was saying that he loved that. And he said it was like an epiphany because he learned trying to make people laugh at a comedy club is kind of lazy. Like the people, they paid to get in
Yeah.
to laugh. So to try to help people who want to laugh is a little bit lazy. And he said the idea of if the crowd hates you,
Right.
you've accomplished something. And Norm said he loved it. But, you know, I loved Sam.
That's
I loved
typical.
Norm,
That's
so.
typical self-destructive behavior. But yeah, no, that's an excellent point. And Norm has told me the same thing. He goes, yeah, if you really want to achieve something, get them to hate you. But yeah, thank you, Sam Kinison and Norm Macdonald. Two. If those two are in a story, it's not going to be a bad one.
Yeah. No, but the thing I originally wanted to call you about is I wanted to give you a compliment, and I've heard people tell you that they love you or they love your book
Oh, thank you so much.
or they love your show, but it's always general. They just say, I like it. I wanted to tell you specifically why I like your show.
Very nice of you. Thank you.
To me, you got a point of view that is very rare today. That's kind of lost.
Okay.
You know, and that's the sort of like, you know, real people have real problems
Yes.
kind of point of view. You know, it's like your book and your comedy. It's for people who are like really trying to like make it in life, you know.
Yeah.
And to use an example, I hear people say all the time that the best screenwriter of all time is Billy Wilder. You know, Some Like It Hot.
Right.
And it's all crazy adventures and stuff like that. You know, Tony Curtis and Jack Lemmon having wacky times with the hottest girl in the world.
Dressed up like broads.
Yeah. And to me, the best writer of all time is, what's his name, you know, from Marty, Patty Chayefsky.
Oh, okay. Network.
Yeah. So to me, your comedy and your books, it reminds me of that bit. You remember in Marty when his mom says, Marty, why don't you meet a nice girl? And Ernest Borgnine blows up at her, and he goes, that doesn't happen for guys like me. Some guys just don't get it, you know?
Well, listen, I don't know. This is the most depressing compliment I've ever gotten.
No, but here's the thing. Let me be uplifting at the end.
Go ahead. Go for a closer here.
Okay, in the end, Marty does get a girl. He gets a nice girl. He doesn't get, you know...
Marilyn Monroe.
He doesn't get Marilyn Monroe, but he gets a good girl.
Right.
It's like hope for real people living in the world. And I just feel like too much entertainment today is like, you know, every TV show and every movie is like, he's the best in the world, and he's going to drive the most expensive car that's ever been built and save the world from the terrorist mafia.
Yeah.
You know? And it's, you know, I mean, there used to be guys like Patty Chayefsky and Norman Lear, you know, and like you're one of the few guys left who I feel has got that spirit.
Well, thank you. That's probably one of the nicest things anyone's ever said to me. Thank you so much.
One last thing before you hang up on me, just one other compliment. When I was younger, I didn't get Foghorn Leghorn. But now that I'm older, I get him. And there's this one Foghorn Leghorn bit that reminds me of you exactly. You know when he's trying to pick up that widow chick? You know
Yeah, I do it in my stand-up act, the hen chick, yeah.
Yeah, and that fat-headed little son of hers.
Right.
There's this part when Foghorn tries to teach that kid how to play ball.
Yeah.
And he turns to the camera and he says, there's something about a boy who doesn't play baseball that's just kind of,
Yeah. Who about a boy? He's calling the kid gay because he doesn't play baseball.
and you know, and there's so much of that missing now. You don't even see Foghorn Leghorn on TV anymore.
No.
That's why I watch your show 3 hours a night on DirecTV.
Aaron, thank you so much, buddy. Keep watching. That was a crazy compliment, but I love him.
That was awesome.
Okay, so we got the league.
Yep.
We got Levity Live coming up. We follow you on Twitter. How do we do that?
At Steve Rannazzisi.
At Steve Rannazzisi.
Just start spelling it, and then Google will do the rest of it. No one will ever get it right.
Hey, listen, man. You're in town. Come back anytime.
I'd love to, man. I appreciate that.
Come back anytime.
You weren't here last time. You were ill, but Mario Cantone and I sat in.
That sounds like fun.
It was great, yeah.
Well, you have an open invite, my friend.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
Steve Rannazzisi. We'll be back after these words.
The Artie Lange Show, weeknights on Audience, only on DirecTV.